watching me like a nigga is cable. I'll be on no label, but my clothes be all label.
I've been gone for a minute, but I've been back for a month. I was somewhere on the moon, took a trip around the sun. Put my rocket ship in pocket, drop the top and spark a blunt.
You wanna see me look up to the sky? Yeah, we cruising hard with the moon and stars. These other niggas always switch sides. You know who we are, yeah, move along. You wanna see me look up to the sky? Yeah, we cruising hard with the moon and stars. These other niggas always switch sides. You know who we are, nigga, moving on.
I'm a modern day astronaut, too high, I keep passing out. I'd rather just rap it out, tell us what is that cap about. My homie, he after clout, he keep playing cat and mouse. He trapping out back in house, them crackers keep asking how he got rich. Boys selling crack, try to tell him scale it back. Click them trying to mail it back, he sniffing but can't smell a rat. Slipping, he done fell in fact.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of a No Label Convo. Special shout outs to everybody that's been supporting as always.
Yes, sir.
Watching on YouTube, listening on a podcast platform, sharing on Instagram, liking, all that.
Hell yeah. Today we sitting here with some, well, before we get into that, shout out to our sponsor.
Guap Coin.
Guap Coin.
Shout out to Guap Coin.
Cryptocurrency for the culture. Okay. You know what I mean? Huh? Not yet. We working on that. We working on that. But yeah, you know what I mean? Subscribers, you know what I mean? Go on the Apple Store. You could go on Google Play, download the Guap Coin multi-wallet. Get your Guap Coin right. You know what I mean? So today we here at Nami Labs. Beautiful location. There's some dope artists in our city. You know what I mean? We sitting here with MileHighMuzik.
What's good, y'all boys? How y'all boys feeling, man?
For those who don't know, could each of y'all go, like, starting here, and we can go, just say our name.
All right. Yo, Leak, MileHighMuzik.
Buzz.
Karma.
G Nash.
All right.
We are MileHighMuzik.
Mile High. Word. How did y'all come together? Like,
It's more like an organic friendship.
Right.
A bunch of artists that we was all in the studio, and then it just blended well, meshed well. Started off solo. A lot of us started off solo, but came together and just kept going.
okay, word. Yeah, because I remember we went to high school with a few of y'all. It was like shit.
Right.
So it's like, I seen you rapping first, then I seen everything start slowly molding together. Who would you say was like rapping first out of everybody here? I want to say maybe you.
Yeah.
Rapping first, that's a weird question because everybody got their own story.
Right.
You know what I mean? So everybody was rapping at different times. We came together, you know what I mean, and rapped together, but everybody got an individual story on when they started rapping.
That's hard. So
First person I started rapping with was Karma, though.
Okay.
Not everybody here.
bet.
So like that's like we talking like 7th grade,
Wow.
right? Middle school. Just
Okay.
Like rapping, just writing rhymes, or y'all was like making tracks, like making
right. Well,
beats,
we
laying
was
shit
we
down.
was doing everything but recording. So we would write
Okay.
write the song, add a beat, lay everything laid out, and then just have mad songs written.
Okay.
So yeah, we was just mad young doing that.
That's hard. Who had the spot? Where y'all was recording and shit?
It was his spot.
Yeah, that's when we
yeah,
came
the hub.
together.
It's,
Yeah, the spot.
Dope.
Classic, the dress.
Yeah. Just for some like, so we get some clear. What parts of town y'all boys from?
We all mainly
Mostly east.
Yeah, east side,
Okay.
But as far as Mile High goes, it's a lot more, you know what I mean, people that's with us.
Yeah.
So it's scattered around Buffalo. So West Side, you know what I mean?
Okay, word.
North Buffalo, all that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Because it bring. I think I like about y'all put everything together. Yeah, that shit
We
definitely
spend
bring a lot of
time in
elements.
each part of the city, so it's hard to say like what part.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, one thing I always like to like bring that up because people hear Griselda, they hear track like gritty coke rap, but it's like there's a whole lot more to the city, and it's like so much art and elements to all of that. That shit is ingrained in everybody. That shit is ingrained in everybody. So, shit. Most of y'all boys was hoopers though, right? Somebody
Yeah, so
plays
like,
some-
what was y'all passion? Yeah, so prior to prior to the music, what was y'all passions though? like growing up, what did you want to be prior to like wanting to be a rapper or an artist?
Probably wanted to be Penny Hardaway. And then have my own shoe. That's probably it. Then I guess I went from basketball to fashion and design to rap.
Word.
I have no idea. I've been rapping like my whole life, so it really is like the only other thing I really like to do, I don't know, like play video games maybe, but I'm not even that good, so it's like really maybe producing, honestly, like just making beats.
Yeah, because I know you. I remember you making beats first before anything.
Yeah, I always did that too, so it's like I don't know nothing.
Yeah. So what I'm seeing with like, well, before y'all all came together and made UltraHigh, was Fuck Next Week? Was that started with around in your area? Because when I think of it, I hear like I'm thinking Yo Leak, because he was
Yeah, same for me too. Yeah.
It happened with my homie Pounce. He basically started it, and we came together on like a collab because I was working on music at the time. And I was going to drop my first project. It's like, yo.
And what was that project?
Actually, it's my second one. It was the Orange Tape, and then we created Fuck Next Week, and we made like a whole like a merch with the music. It was kind of weird. It was like a full collab, and then I made a few designs. You know, bunch of promo everywhere I went. Was for like shows and everything we did.
That's hard. Yeah. Did you design that? That's on you right now, or?
This was actually designed by my boy right here.
Oh, come on.
Nami Labs.
So it's like y'all creating is like it's more like a not just a like a clothing store. Is it like a creative hub?
It's a brand.
It's a brand.
Future network. It's more or less just trying to put all the pieces together of a lot of creators we know, and just giving people a platform to get their stuff seen and heard. You know what I mean? So that's rare. I know growing up as an artist here, it's hard to find a spot to perform.
Fact.
I went to PA, so I was an artist. To find drawing artists, it's hard to find spots to sell your stuff.
That's facts.
So it's like it's a good avenue to get that going.
Grounded in my music that close to the flow. Bozos, I don't even like posing for photos. I'm so deaf that steady speaking blasphemy.
Well, yeah, the store is partially apparel and the other half interactive media art space. Us being artists ourselves, you know how hard it is to find places to perform, so we created a place for us to, give other people the opportunity to do the same thing.
Yeah, imagine going to a concert of your favorite artist and he's handing you the T-shirt, from his merch. It's a real experience.
Dope.
Yeah, definitely a hub.
For sure.
Right, that's what I tell people. A lot of people, I tell them how I explain the store to them is like we was running around basically everything we doing at the store we were doing previously, but we didn't have anywhere to do it, so we had to rent out other spots, and we had to kind of put the idea together ourselves, like even throw a show at a clothing store or take over a bar somewhere and make a makeshift stage or something. So like he said, it's hard to do what you want without one of these spots like this, like that somebody can allow to be open for artists and for other people to do the same thing.
So how'd y'all end up getting the store? How'd y'all end up finding it? How did it come about?
Well, I knew the landlord from past business stuff. I used to work for the landlord a long time ago, and then he had this spot. I was like, that's
And what was the first day that y'all officially opened?
August 27th.
Okay, and how long was it in the works prior to it opening?
We got the keys to here in July.
That's right.
Oh,
Not very long.
man, that's a quick turnaround. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That boy's got right to work.
The opportunity came up, the space came about, like, we could get the space and do this, and this with it, and and if y'all want to do it, we can do it now, and it's just like, fuck it.
Right.
Word.
So sometimes you just gotta say, fuck it.
Nah, that's real shit. And y'all got prime location. Like this shit.
Yeah,
That's why it's like this is a staple. Like
You couldn't really say no to this.
yeah, this shit is hard.
We had a lot of pieces in play. Like we had like the brand, and we had merch, but just not in locations. We want to do events like shows and paint and sips and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, I can see that.
COVID is kind of
It's slowing. I mean,
slowing it down.
so yeah, we
Our
gonna
stuff is fake open. Fake open.
yeah.
It's on the way. We're still gonna do that social distance it up.
For sure. Let's see. So I see like y'all kind of did like a rebrand with y'all shit. Can y'all speak on like how that came about and like what was the thought process on like? Because I see y'all focus heavy on the art and the fashion and shit now. I remember before it was really just like bars.
Yeah.
Can y'all speak to the thought process of that?
I mean, from my perspective, right. Above and nothing can move without the music. You know what I mean? So you gotta keep your bars, gotta keep your music up to par. I think that's where our focus was for years, just being the best we can in the booth. But once that kind of became something you could turn on and off, now you gotta monetize, brand, market. You know, and that's when you got you need a logo, you need a Whopper, you need something. You know, you compare yourself to Kids, Supreme. You watch other people. You watch Griselda. You watch. So you got a lot of people around you that's making moves that you can put your flavor on.
Nah, that's facts.
And this is always stuff we was into, like art and fashion. Like high school, we was into the trading sneakers and all of that, and that was a big thing. And the retro Jordans was a big thing. And then like with them being like actual artists going to performing arts and being able to draw and paint and shit, that's like this already was in us. So this is like a chance too to kind of get that. You know, get that part of our shit off too. Like, okay, we obviously can record here all day, but now when we in the mood to just design some new shit, we can use the space for that too.
It's kind of like provided the structure for y'all.
Yeah.
So just to backtrack, where did the name Mile High come from?
Well, it came from like, this is a long time ago, like 09, 2010 when hashtags was first a thing. So like Jet Life was the first big hashtag we was using.
Shout out
like,
to Spitter.
Yeah, right. Shout out to him and Wiz, like really kind of like big influences on what we doing now. Like, cause back then that was like our people we looked up to. So like if you wasn't listening to like Gucci and shit at a certain point, you was listening to Wiz and shit and Currency and all those type of dudes, Smoke Dizzes, and now it's like. That influenced what we doing now, and just I don't even know why I said that, but going back to them, like that was like our people we looked up to at the time. Right. Okay.
Where the name came from.
That's like being what we looked up to at the time. It was like, damn, we just want to do our own shit, and it was like, okay, we identify with that. That kind of gave us the idea of like, okay, this is the type of people we are. And it was like, yo, Mile High. Like, Coop, our boy Coop, he started using the hashtag.
Shout out to Coop.
I
ain't seen Coop in years, bro.
Coop, and he's still doing his thing. He's still, like, doing his film and shit, too. So, it's like, he started doing hashtag Mile High, Mile High, Mile High. It's like, yeah, that shit's fire. What if it was, like, MileHighMuzik, like, just kind of like its own sector of shit. Like, we already Mile High. What does it sound like at this point? Because we already getting into the rap now. Around that time. So, it was just, like... It just came together like kind of organically.
That's dope. That's hard. So would you say y'all sound like if some people who haven't heard y'all, would you compare it more to that? You would say it's in that lane of Currency and Wiz? Because I don't think y'all. Nah. I think y'all broader than that.
It's a new day and age of rap. I mean, I heard people say we sound like Travis Scott mixed with Dipset.
Yeah. That's a wild mix.
Like, okay. Yeah. What I got from that was upstate. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anthems.
Travis Scott mixed with Dipset.
That was one example, but I don't know. We saw pieces of a lot of groups that came before us. Like we got songs that sound like Wu-Tang, songs that sound like Outkast, songs that sound like Bone Thugs. So it's not really one song or one sound.
Right.
It's really just us. If you listen to a song, if it's 4 of us on it, you might get 4 different songs based on a verse under the same beat, or it might be one theme. So it's really just depending on the mood that day. Honestly, I don't know how to describe it.
The essence of it is
it's more like
once, literally. Once we in there, once we get to going, I'd say majority of us, we all could do it on our lonesome, but once we, come together, it's
like some Voltron shit.
Exactly. It's one of those things where it's like a bunch of, it's like gumbo or something, like where you have a bunch of different stuff, but it come together and for some reason it hit, like it sounds right. Like I make a total different style of music than them. So me coming, when I joined the group, it's like, I kind of had to take a back seat and kind of watch how they make music, because I wasn't really into making full songs. I'm just one of them street people who have a 16 or something, written or something, or freestyle or something. So I just watch how they make songs, and even though I make another type of music, when I come on one of these songs, it don't sound like it's weird or you know what I mean. That's what the group vibe is. It's a bunch of different vibes all coming together, but it's still the presentation it hit the same. Like
that's dope.
You know what
I mean? Who y'all main producers? I know you produce. Check.
Jordan.
You the architect.
Like Reese the Kid.
Okay. I didn't know Reese made beats.
Reese is fire, man.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to hear. I gotta.
He did a few of our bigger joints too.
He got a joint with Kane Wave right now. So.
Yeah, that's going crazy. He got a song that's going crazy in like Brazil or something.
That's hard. That's hard.
Carrera, we mess with Carrera too. Check Jordan came along and made a bunch of the joints that kind of catapulted some of our singles.
Nice.
Our latest sound there's a lot of Check and MA.
Word.
So what was y'all like first project as a collective that y'all put out? Yeah, what was it?
Oh, it was MileHighMuzik To.
And what year was that?
2012.
And how many joints y'all put out since then?
August 12th.
Five, 6 joints and some compilations, and we also did Jug Lie and Jug Simple, where we dropped a song a day for the month, so 30 songs.
Yeah, I remember that.
So we did that.
It was on like SoundCloud, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then this year we did it on YouTube, so just a bunch of content kind of at once.
Right. Probably dropped. You got MileHighMuzik. You got Wave. And you got It's Not Rocket Science.
And that's the
album
yeah.
platforms. Right. And then you got Jug Lie, Jug Summer, Jug Lie 2. So it's like 12 bodies of work.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And then that's not including the solo projects. I have about 3 or 4. Right. You have 3. You got like 3 or 4. You got a couple.
That's hard.
Over the years, that's pretty much what it is. So this
a lot of music out there.
Organizing that and putting that out in a way that it's not oversaturated, but yet it still stays desirable. I think that the marketing of it, I think, is harder than music.
For real. That's I noticed that when I was working with Love, we was like we knew the music was hard, but it's like, how do we get their attention and how do we keep their attention?
And not no corny way.
Exactly.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of clout chasing nowadays.
Yeah. Burger King and slide around on milkshakes, but what's that do for you?
It takes some try, pass or fail, but once you get it, you got it.
Yeah, definitely just keep it moving. The consistency is the key. Right. That's what I've been noticing.
And a team. Having a team, because you thinking you're gonna do it yourself, and that's gonna be the story of the decade.
It's hard finding that team though too. It's hard finding that team and everybody that could share that same vision and really push the shit forward. So that's a blessing that y'all boys got a team.
Hell yeah. When do y'all feel like y'all put y'all foot in the sand where it's like, okay, the city know who we are?
So when did we feel like that?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
That show,
Broadway Joe's?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man, Broadway Joe's was lit.
Yeah, maybe like a few years in too. Not right away though, but definitely a few years in. Like when we
started early. I mean, early on. From what I remember, the first show was at Sound Lab, which was like downtown, like.
R.I.P. to the Sound Lab, man. They need to open that shit back up. That shit was nuts.
And then they had those events, what was they called? Lift off events at the Sound Lab. That was early for the city. It was really no themed events that people was performing at. It was one of the few spots. And I think that's where we really made a name. After that, once we dropped the project, did that, finally did some videos, that's when we did a Broadway Joe show that he talking about, where it was like 100 people in there for the first time, probably. Crazy chant, inside, outside, it was crazy.
Yeah, we had people watching from outside.
That's hard.
And then we became unfuckwittable once we did the Freshly Dipped show. Once we did our own joint inside of the time Freshly Dipped was a clothing store on Allen, and that was like we basically turned that into a venue. for our first time. So we just like came together with the owners, who was real dope people, and just made it happen. And they was cool and gave us mad creative freedom to do what we needed to do.
Put the stage in there, rented the lights, set up the sound.
That's hard.
Really put that
Right.
on joint.
This is what we trying to do now.
Gave out party games and backwoods, like, come on.
And then we filled that whole joint out, and then that's when we like, okay, now we don't even need a real stage. Like, we can do it wherever, and we can use our own people. We just performed that night, so it wasn't like a real like ticket with mad artists to attract people. Oh yeah, we did too.
We pay homage to a lot of other artists.
Yeah, we did put some other people.
We had Esco on there. We had Billy Esco on there.
Yeah. And then a lot of those were just like, you know, just off the strength of just having a mutual fucking with each other. Like, yo, we come through. So that was dope too, just being able to have certain artists that we fuck with there. And that was the point where it was like, okay, now we looking at ourselves more as a brand now.
Yeah.
Like,
so how do y'all feel about the camaraderie between Buffalo artists? I know since we see the Conways, we see the Bennies, West Sides, and like they up there, and it's like a lot. We used to get a bad rep for having like artists not really fucking with each other and supporting each other.
Yeah.
Have y'all noticed a change in that, or like how y'all feel?
It's a lot of people helping each other out. It's internal, what's that, upward mobility.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of, West and them paved the way as far as, okay, Buffalo has to get respect as being from Buffalo. So now as a Buffalo artist, you just got to be good. You know what I mean? That's it. Just be good, push your brand, show that you can turn $1 into $1.10.
That's fact.
You win over time.
That's fact.
yeah. Yeah, and it's a lot of behind the scenes shit too. Like because even like with us, like on any given night, you might have a Dre Cash here, just kicking it, might just be recording on some after hours shit. Or
That's
like
right.
El Camino, a lot of people be at his crib, just artists,
Shout out
just
to them
rapping
boys.
over there, and like just randomly, and it's like okay, it's building that link slowly. That's like okay, it's building the scene now that everybody's doing their shit. So.
Oh yeah.
So you said before you didn't feel like it was like that. When do you feel like that change was? You think it was when Westside and Conway and all them boys like got put on?
I feel like
or
it was
started putting the city on?
Almost
Yeah.
too. Like the city was having its own thing too internally. Like we was having all the shows and the Bow Flow festivals and stuff like that.
The Melky shows.
Festivals that we always participate.
It was already coming together.
Right.
Yeah.
It kind of all
Happened at the same time.
Yeah, it was already coming together.
And that just gave it
Those are stamps, spur, all of that. Like, it was all
There was
the
a lot of
scene
camaraderie early on, but it just wasn't worldwide until Brazil got involved.
They put a stamp on it.
Yeah.
And then they gave everybody that motivation to come back out. Like people that used to rap back in 2010, they like, let me dust off.
Get charged up.
It's like it's hope now. Yeah.
That's facts.
That's a fact.
We seen that with Skis. Because Skis he stopped for a minute. He stopped for a little minute.
Comeback.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Skis, man.
And it's like too, like if you look at everybody that was really in the beginning doing their shit, it's kind of getting theirs now, kind of first too.
Right. Right. It's doubling back now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick, yep.
Jesco and Love too, and Skis and everybody is like. Now you kind of, it's like almost like seeing the hard work paying off. Like okay, you could remember back in the day, like those were the artists that was first taking that leap out.
No,
You
that's
know,
facts.
Sometimes you would, like a city like this would get on, and then weird people would get, you know what I mean, to jump up and be next. And
Yeah,
you're
it's
like,
like-
how did he? But nah, it's like genuine.
Like,
Yeah, it's
he
getting
was
done the
like-
right way.
He been doing that for
Yeah.
years. He's been doing that for
Like, it's like, okay,
years.
okay,
A lot of
yeah.
years.
Yeah, so you genuinely happy for him too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, oh, he jumping over. Nah, this is supposed to be on.
Hell yeah. I remember going to Mohawk Place, and that was when I seen Benny rap for the first time. That was when they made their first concert since, like, right before the Interscope, Shady Aftermath shit.
Was that my first?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Was that my first brick?
yep. My first brick joint.
That was so hard.
Oh, y'all
bro,
open?
that shit, that shit was crazy. I remember that shit.
That was fire. That was an experience too. And even like then, we did a few shows with like Beanie and stuff back on the bill, like a long time ago too. Like, when it was like it's just a random ass show, but now it's like oh shit.
That's hard. What was that? I was I was living in Fredonia. What was that? I think it was like a showcase or some shit. Like Conway had something. It was
spooky.
It might have been a Getting Spooky showcase, and I remember seeing you rip, like, y'all boys ripped the stage down on some crazy shit.
And they walked up there first, smoked it.
Yeah.
That was big too, man, at the time, and then that was even more like they was like just getting in, kind of too. So that was like it was big, but it was still like we wasn't even seeing what was about to happen yet. We were just like, oh shit, we about to drink.
Facts. So like, yeah, I don't want to spoil that.
R.I.P. the Prodigy, he was there.
Facts.
Facts.
That's
R.I.P.
facts. Yeah. Did any major labels reach out? Type shit.
Not.
Yeah, I don't want to.
It definitely, all that shit helps. Like, you'd be surprised at what type of like people is got their eyes on you. Right? Yeah. So it's like even with like, especially if you you don't even have to work with them or just be closely knit. You be a Buffalo artist and people's looking up Griselda, and somehow they go down a pipeline and they stumble across you because you're a Buffalo artist that work with somebody that work with Esco that work with. So it's like
Esco and friends.
So, yeah, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
It's like a draft.
Yeah, bro. It'd be kind of surreal. It'd be kind of surreal for me because I'm on this end, but it's like everybody who I've interviewed, like I would know them from hooping, school,
right? Yeah.
Some type of way. Like I went to school with all y'all except my boy Chuck Jordan. We was hooping after school, so it's like, bro, it's nuts. Buffalo's crazy.
Yeah,
talented.
fucking Leak. I grew up with his brother. His brother, my man. Like I remember because our last interview with Skeez, he said that Skeez was like the first like rapper from Buffalo that you knew. Mm-hmm. Leak was the first one from Buffalo that I knew when you dropped the Elephant Print joint. It was like the first like project from a Buffalo rapper that I actually listened to. So that shit was
Hell yeah. So what's one thing you want people to think of when they hear MileHighMuzik? Everybody could get it. Tap in on that.
Real family vibe. Like we are like real organic.
That chill, like, I don't know, that good energy. Like, that's what I want people to think. Like, that good energy. Like, and we not, like, chasing nothing. Like, we just being natural. Like, we just doing what come natural to us. Like, I wouldn't be around them if I didn't fuck with them. Like, you know what I mean? We all come together naturally. It's not nothing forced. It's not a popularity contest or nothing. Like, we honestly, you know what I mean, genuine. We just do what we do. Like, that's it. So if they appreciate it, like, it mean more to us because we ain't even trying to throw 30 chains on for attention. Like,
yeah, that's hard.
We just chilling.
I would say authenticity. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. Right. You get a different aspect of Buffalo outside of what you've been getting. Not saying it's a bad thing. It's just another perspective.
Right.
Just like Chicago had the drill and then Chance the Rapper. You know what I mean? Not saying we Chance the Rapper, but you get
yeah. I feel you.
So it's giving just a perspective on the same rugged neighborhood, the kid that the hood left alone, the kid that walked through the hood to go to see Shorty. It's just the vibe. It's just another perspective. It's just a lifestyle, really, outside of the violence, I guess.
Yeah.
I think it's like a new creative way to tell another side of the story. So, like instead of your same old shoot 'em up, bang bang, we got a whole different like vibe than everybody else.
That's right.
Yeah, it's some real like self-expressionism type shit. Like just be yourself, being comfortable with that, and it's still like, and it's still cool. Like it's still. And now, like,
corny shit.
Yeah, and we got the younger generation now listening to us. So that's another thing. Like they kind of identifying with us because it's like, it's like a fun vibe.
It's
like,
current, it's fashion, it's culture, it's fun. It's every case.
It's
right now.
It's all the good parts of the hood.
Yeah.
That's what I want y'all to take from it.
It's all the good parts of the hood.
We all the good parts of the hood.
That's dope.
Yeah, we all
That's a
grew up on
fact.
the East Side.
Music is the good in the hood.
Yo, when you have like them good days in the
That's a
hood,
quote, man. That's a quote.
good days in the hood. When you like, yo, I'm on the block. You is on a killer block, but ain't nothing happening that day. Like,
Yeah, that's
we just
hard.
smoking and chilling. I mean, eating popcorn.
Were y'all on the anti-venue tour?
Yeah.
How was that experience? Like traveling out the cities?
I love that show.
That was
Rock showed nice too.
They being humble.
They being humble.
They being humble.
Let me know.
We closed out the show
Smoke
first
the
3
headline.
times.
Come on.
With our own band.
Yeah,
Live.
we did
Talk
make
that
it,
talk.
yeah.
Come on.
All our idea. We brought the waves out and we rocked that shit.
That's crazy.
Rock that shit.
That's hard.
That shit was crazy.
He sparked a little wave with that. Like,
Cause I was like, shout out Ronnie and the boys and
shout
Relax.
Ronnie.
Very talented group.
Winton.
Oh yeah, waiting on the keys.
Yeah, I don't want to throw the name.
Ray.
Yeah.
Ray. And Cordell. Cordell did his thing.
Right?
Yes. Come on.
That's what.
They played on the anti-venue tour, bro.
Come on, man.
That's hard. Yeah, bro. Cause like one thing I noticed about our city, like I got the chance to go to Africa and like was doing that. I was at a record label over there. So what I noticed is like our Buffalo scene is so rare, and like I travel. I had another job here where I was traveling city to city, and like I always look for what's the local music scene. Shit would be dead. Like our shit, bro, is different. Our shit is really fucking different, bro. And it's like I can't wait till like shit open back up so like we could like really take the show on the road. It's like niggas, you would really sell out and saw that like y'all vibe, like that shit will sell out over there, like on some real shit. I ain't been to Joburg yet. That shit was a little true. But I was in Cape Town. I was in Cape Town. Yeah, but I'm sure y'all boys get lit in Joburg, all that shit. Yeah, bro, it's definitely a trip worthwhile. Yeah, but
So let's speak on the upcoming project, man. Y'all been teasing it. The video's been dropping. The visuals definitely been hard. The visuals been
album cover
hard.
shit is hard.
Is that that's the cover art, the hoodie? Cover art. Ultra high.
Who did that? You drew that?
No, that was another designer we work with, courtesy of Nami Labs. So, you know, we in-house with the graphics and in-house with the merch design too. So now it's like that's like just a proof of our giving us our creative freedom. Like,
proof of
what do
concept.
we want to do with this? How do we bring it to life? And now it's here. So that's the next project though. UltraHigh.
So when I think I seen February. Y'all posted February maybe?
Yeah, February.
Y'all got a date for it or?
Just next month, you know, walk into the rollout. You don't want to.
Things need time to upload and such, so we'll say like late February. Yeah.
So y'all got any more stuff coming for the rollout? Y'all dropped 2 visuals, I think, 2 or 3. Y'all got any more stuff coming?
Yeah. More visuals. We dropped like the pre-merch version of like these joints, so we got some more stuff that's dropping with the actual project. Going vinyl this time.
Hey.
Because that's the sound too. So the sound of this one, our last album was more like a upbeat, our more fun sound, with more like just even shit you hear on the radio. It's like almost like an album of radio hits.
And it's not rocket science,
That's
right?
It's not rocket science. But this is more like taking it back to what we did before that, just rapping. So it's like just rapping over like this just hard shit. So it's not
Classics.
Yeah.
Up to date. The production on there is crazy. The verse is crazy. Features crazy.
It's real hip hop.
Check. You did most of production.
I wouldn't say most. I did a few joints on there that me and them made probably.
You probably did have it, huh?
Split.
Okay.
So we just whatever sound
And a couple,
hard.
I think it's a couple joints from a couple other
Carrera got one.
Anybody.
We doing it like basically all in house and production, and it's like that hip hop sound, but it's still MileHigh. So it's not gonna be like, yo, these niggas changed their whole. No, it's like it's the same. It has the it's not rocket science feel with a hip hop undertone to it. So
Okay.
It's like shit, really just shit we used to do before. If you listen to our old music, it's like, oh, it sounds like that. So
Okay, dope.
yeah.
So after y'all drop this project, this shit blow up crazy. Are we gonna be expecting another group project, or is it gonna be like solo individual type of?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
I would say more towards the summer. I would like to see another group project, but you never know.
Word.
But we definitely want to get more of the solo presence, pushing a little bit earlier, moving into the year before we do another group joint. I would say.
Everybody got to drop a bomb, man. Everybody dropping a bomb.
Yeah, no doubt.
Never give me my respect.
Put some respect in my name, man.
That's like our test too, to see what we do, like I feel like as a brand too, because everything coming from MileHighMuzik, Nami Labs, has to be a certain thing now. So it's like the group albums gave you a certain feel, a certain vibe. Now each one of us has to kind of compete with that and match up with it and just keep the shit going. So that's just like our challenge too.
Word.
Make sure quality in the craft coming out the house.
That's
Make sure. So.
Yeah, definitely. Just shit from being in here, bro. You ain't gonna have a problem with that.
We did all the interior design too.
Yeah, this shit is really dope.
Appreciate it.
This shit is really dope.
We got a lot coming with the store too. So
Yeah,
it's right now we about to have.
What's the address here? So just 1490.
Yeah, we're gonna throw that joint in there.
Hell
Yeah, we got the remodel, relaunch date next week.
Nice.
Some new items.
Got a lot. Yeah, we got a lot of surprises in the cut.
Yeah.
A lot going on.
Probably be out by then though, but
Yeah, so y'all can share a little bit of stuff y'all got. It'll be out by then.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna have like some art,
We got new releases.
Talk, man.
footwear.
Okay.
Just new designs, new brands, artists getting a spotlight, an art gallery area, new release Yeezys, Jordan 1s, things like that. Not really buy, sell, trade, but just the new release. You know what I mean?
Our first collabs are coming too.
First collab.
Oh, yeah. I know that's about to be crazy.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the joy.
They stupid too.
It's
That's
not a
gonna
lot
be
of
crazy.
local brands doing like a lot of collabs, so I feel like that's something that we definitely gonna focus on and that's also gonna be too bringing it together too. So just like the artist is collabing, the music artists are collabing. This is like just bringing in all the fire brands now that are bringing. So that's
Shout
gonna
out to
be.
my boy Peace and Parmesan.
Shout out for next week. Shout out Chris Jordan.
Where? So if somebody wanted to get like one of y'all boys to design something, they would just come to the store. They would just tap in with y'all boys. Bet. Is there anything? What's y'all goals? What's y'all goals for this year? What's something y'all like? Let's fingers crossed. Outside gets open summertime. What y'all see happening for MileHighMuzik?
New spot for certain like events. Definitely a new venue for all types of events. Like just something that hasn't already been here. So looking forward to that. Just more interaction with people again.
That's pretty much it. Just being able to be face to face with the fans and supporters and stay consistent every week. Just do an event. Just try, like I said earlier on, we went to Sound Lab to do something like every month. Not really give artists the opportunity to perform for the first time, first and last time, whatever it is. Just having someone.
Yeah, give them an opportunity though.
Get it all.
Yeah.
It's important.
That's right.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna blow up fast.
There's a lot of artists that never perform. Just because just lack of accessibility. Like they don't know where to get a show. They might not know the person to put them on the show or invite them or how to do their own shit. So it's like
we definitely need more in city or what you call them, not production teams, but what's that shit called? Like after dark productions, like how they do a lot of the indoor shit in Buffalo. And then Indigo do the outside. Yeah, we need more promoters and all that shit for us.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything.
you know, Nami Labs is looking to step into some new territories.
Yeah, that's hard. Shit, y'all give me the newer digital art vibes type shit. Y'all boys in there Bitcoin by any chance? Anything?
Yeah, we heavily emotionally invested.
I feel you.
Don't be the after hour shit. That's the after hour combos.
Hey, I always try to pull that to the forefront because I know with our sponsors and I understand just the technology behind it and where it can go with as far as not even just money but with art and all of that shit. Bruh, that shit can go to the fucking moon. You ain't got to worry about collecting royalties. That shit automatically come to you. Somebody sell your shit, automatically you get your 10%.
That's fire.
It's people. It's like I know it's athletes getting some of their deals in Bitcoin too, like a portion of their contracts. Yeah.
I don't think nobody against it per se. I think people just really want to be like, okay, when I buy it, it's sitting here. And okay, when it flip, people just want that A through Z. They don't really understand how to obtain it, secure it, sell it, and all that. But once you understand it, it should be a no-brainer.
Yeah, definitely. Shit, they could go to www.guap University. They give you tutorials on what blockchain is, how that shit work, how if you want to trade, if you want to just hold, you want to know what it is, go over there.
I never got just the rundown. Everybody's like, I'm already in it, and either you gonna buy,
that's how everybody
trade.
goes. Oh man,
it's a decent little Netflix got like a decent little documentary on it, like 25 minutes on like just blockchain and all that.
Yeah.
So it like break down how it came about, who made it and shit for a little bit.
I'm familiar with the terms.
Yeah.
Blockchain. I know blockchain and Bitcoin.
It's one in the it's one in the same.
Blockchain is where the trust comes in.
Yeah.
You buy Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I don't have any because I don't know.
Bruh, man,
Until I know.
hit that cash app, man. Hell yeah. Shit. So that was a lot. Y'all covered a lot of the stuff we wanted to hear. Is there anything y'all want to leave the people with?
Yeah, make sure y'all come through for these drops. Make sure who's coming. It's art dropping, it's merch dropping, music dropping. When everything drops, you'll catch it. That's what I'm saying.
Videos coming in the near future as well. So just look out for those.
Hell yeah.
Crazy video coming up soon, man. Don't undersell it, man.
Cause y'all got the green screen in the back. That shit was hot, bro. I seen that video. I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
We got a crazy video coming for y'all. We got a bunch more stuff coming. Like we said, we doing a bunch of reconstruction at the store. You know what I mean? Adding the shoes. They ain't tell y'all everything we add, but we gonna add a lot more. You know what I mean?
Come by and see what we added.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, pull up, man. Pull up on Erdl, man.
Do some wavy shit today.
They already do that.
Dot shop for all your concerns.
So like where?
Suggestions and concerns.
So just to wrap it up, where do y'all see like the brand of Mile High and Nami Labs being in like 10 years, like in the long run?
10.
Because I feel like y'all are being humble right now. Like this shit is like really history though, like history in the making. You feel
I
me?
would say Supreme and like Def Jam.
Yeah, cause like this shit, like the space that y'all creating, this shit like history in the making. So
Nah, for real.
it can go somewhere for real.
Would kind of be, you could probably see in it who is inspired by what we doing. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to have something that lasts 10 years that you can see, but when people remember, like, oh yeah, them boys, they did this. That was the first thing I like this. Like that's when people like, oh, I can do it. You know what I mean? So I think that'd be the 10 years.
I would say in 10 years if we had, you know what I mean, multiple Nami Labs. I mean, around
the locations,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, multi-cities, yeah.
New York, LA,
Atlanta, New
you know
York,
what I mean? Something like that.
Kentucky.
That'd be right.
About 10 years from now, Bitcoin that might be it.
Yeah, bro, it's gonna be
No
space age Nami Labs. Y'all boys gonna be ready. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
We're gonna talk
Yeah,
about
man.
something.
Yeah, it's beautiful shit y'all got going, man. Love to see this shit.
Appreciate y'all for letting us pull up, man.
Hell yeah, man.
Podcast is dope.
Yeah, y'all boys been showing like we gotta get y'all on here, man.
Y'all get the right people. Y'all got a good ass platform.
Yeah, we just
Appreciate
lining it
y'all,
up,
man.
man. We lining it up.
Right folks.
Shit, no label to pod. We out.
Peace.
Yeah.